Is there anything more intoxicating in the world of baseball than the raw, unbridled promise of a teenage flamethrower? We are sitting here on a Tuesday evening, January 27th, 2026, and while the snow might still be threatening the streets of Toronto, the Blue Jays front office is bringing the heat in a way that has scouts and analysts scrambling for their radar guns. We need to talk about the future, folks, because the organization just made a move that, while small on the financial ledger, screams massive potential for the years to come. The Blue Jays have officially taken a swing at the international market, signing right-handed pitching prospect Adrian Moreta. Now, before you look at the transaction log and shrug off a $155,000 signing bonus as minor league filler, you need to look at the scouting report that is starting to leak out from the Dominican Republic. We are talking about a 17-year-old kid. Let me repeat that, a 17-year-old who is already sitting at 6 foot, 222 pounds. That is a linebacker's build on a pitcher's mound. But the headline here isn't his size, it's the electricity coming out of his right arm. Reports indicate that Mora is already touching 96 miles per hour with his fastball. To put that into historical context, think back to some of the greatest power pitchers in the game. Very few were hitting those numbers before they could legally vote. This isn't just a projectable arm. This is present-day velocity that most college seniors dream of having. And it's not just the heater. Sources say he's sporting a 4-pitch mix, including a sinker, a changeup, and a slider that he claims is his absolute best weapon. If a 96 miles per hour fastball is his second best pitch, we are looking at a ceiling that is virtually non-existent. This signing comes amidst an offseason where the Jays have already done the heavy lifting for the 2026 campaign. We've seen the rotation fortified with Dylan Cease and Cody Ponce, and we are all waiting with bated breath for the full season unleashing of Trey Yesavage. But the acquisition of Mora signals something deeper about the front office's philosophy right now. They aren't just trying to win the World Series in 2026, they are trying to build a pipeline of power that keeps the window open for a decade. It's a low-risk, high-reward lottery ticket. If Mora develops command to go with that velocity, that $155,000 bonus is going to look like absolute larceny in a few years. But this signing also casts a spotlight on the current roster's velocity, or lack thereof, which brings us to a fascinating comparison. When you stack a 17-year-old prospect against established veterans, you start to see exactly why the Jays are hunting for power. Let's dive deep into the mechanics of this rotation and the swirling trade winds, because the arrival of a kid throwing 96 miles per hour forces us to look in the mirror at what we currently have. If we project the 2026 opening day rotation, we are likely looking at Kevin Gausman, Shane Bieber, Jose Berrios, the newcomer Dylan Cease, Cody Ponce, and the rookie sensation Trey Yesavage. It is a formidable group, arguably the best in the American League on paper. However, when you crunch the numbers via StatCast, a startling reality emerges. Dylan Cease, averaging 97.1 miles per hour, is the only starter on this staff who throws harder than the teenager they just signed. Gausman is sitting at 94.5, Yesavage at 94.7, and guys like Bieber and Berrios are operating in the low 90s. Now, does velocity equal success? Absolutely not. Shane Bieber is a Cy Young caliber artist who paints corners. He doesn't need to blow doors down. But in modern baseball, velocity is the margin for error. This surplus of starting pitching, 6 legitimate starters for 5 spots, has ignited the trade rumor mill, and the smoke is billowing towards a division rival. Jim Bowden of The Athletic dropped a bombshell today regarding Boston Red Sox outfielder Jarren Duran. The report is clear. Boston doesn't want to trade Duran, but they are desperate for starting pitching or infield help. This creates a fascinating, albeit dangerous scenario. Would the Blue Jays dare to trade with the Red Sox? The civil war within the AL East usually prevents these kinds of blockbusters, but the fit is almost too perfect to ignore. The Jays have been linked to bats like Stephen Kwan and Ketel Marte, but Duran brings a dynamic speed-power element that this lineup craves. So who goes? This is where the fan base is torn in half. Half of you are screaming to trade Jose Berrios. He has value, he eats innings, and he's expensive. Moving him clears the logjam and brings back a premium bat. The other half looks at the injury history of pitchers and says, you can never have enough arms. Then there's the Ricky Tiedemann factor. He is on the cusp of stardom. Would an acquiring team prefer the youth and control of Tiedemann over the veteran contract of Berrios? It's a high-stakes game of poker. If you trade Berrios and Bieber's elbow flares up, you look foolish. If you keep everyone and Duran goes to the Yankees or Orioles, you might regret it for years. The front office is walking a tightrope here. They have the assets to make a splash, but trading from a position of strength requires nerves of steel, especially when the potential trade partner is a team you have to play 13 times a year. As we head toward the finish line, there is one more lingering mystery that is keeping Blue Jays insiders awake at night: the Framber Valdez connection. Despite having 6 starters, despite adding Cease and Ponce, and despite the emergence of Yesevich, reports from MLB trade rumors still link Toronto to the Southpaw Ace. Why? Why on earth would a team with a surplus of pitching be kicking the tires on another expensive starter? This is where the paranoia sets in, and we have to ask the uncomfortable question: is everyone healthy? Specifically, should we be worried about Shane Bieber? When a team continues to aggressively pursue starting pitching insurance after their rotation appears set, it often signals that the medical reports on a current player aren't as clean as the public believes. Is the interest in Valdez simply a case of the front office trying to build a super rotation that is injury-proof? Or is it a sign that Bieber might not be ready for opening day? If they sign Valdez, it fundamentally changes the trade calculus we just discussed. It would almost certainly force a trade of Berrios, or perhaps allow the team to be ultra-conservative with Yesevich, letting him percolate in AAA or work out of the bullpen to manage his innings. We are weeks away from pitchers and catchers reporting, and the silence regarding the health status of the rotation is deafening. The addition of Adrian Moreta is a beautiful move for 2029, but the decisions made in the next 3 weeks regarding Jarren Duran, Framber Valdez, and Jose Berrios will define the 2026 season. We are witnessing a front office that is refusing to be complacent, but aggressive moves always come with aggressive risks. Now, I need to hear from you, the heartbeat of this franchise. What is your gut telling you? Do you trade Jose Berrios to the Red Sox to get Jarren Duran? Or is trading within the division a death sentence? And what do you make of the Framber Valdez rumors? Is it greed, or is it fear over an undisclosed injury? Drop your theories in the comments below right now. I want to see a debate raging in that comment section. Don't forget to smash that like button if you want us to keep bringing you these deep dives every single day. The season is almost here. Let's get ready.